Legends, and we are ripping some 2024 Topps Finest football. This is going to be a 3-case player break, and we're going to start off with one of our hobby cases and one of our delights, and we're just going to go back and forth between hobby and delight, and then we will finish off with our third hobby case. So let's get the hobby open and delight and get started. And thanks everybody for joining us. And like always, feel free to put your spot in chat and let's see if we can find something low numbered for you. All right, our hobby case has been freed. And now for the delight. All right, everybody, thanks for joining, and best of luck in the break. Let's get to ripping. And come on, box one, let's start off with some fire. All right, everybody, we are off and away. Going to lead off with Jatavian Sanders. Ooh, and there's our first autograph. It is going to Cameron Kinchins on the base ink. So the Kinchin spot is our first one to strike with an autograph. And behind him, we're going to have a nice color match for Randy Moss on the purple checkerboard. Had to be ready to say checkerboard. And for Randy, he is 32 of 99. And behind him is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. on the team's finest. Dynamos for Barry Sanders. Audric Estime on the rare checkerboard. And going to end our pack with Jermaine Burton. What is up, Jason? All right, so let's find a little bit of Chiefs action for you. Mine is Xavier Worthy. And there he is right there on the rare. Followed by Dynamos for Chad Johnson. And then Refractor Dynamos going to Marvin Harrison Jr. Marshawn Lloyd on the checkerboard. And there's Dwayne Bowe on the blue checkerboard. And for Dwayne, he is 32 of 75. Behind him is Michael Pratt on the Field Generals. Trey Benson on the refractor, followed by Ladd McConkey on the checkerboard. And going to end with a little TO action to end pack number 2. And here's some numbered action, and it's going way back. Archie Manning on the blue checkerboard rare. And for Mr. Manning, he is bookend as well. 49 of 49 on the blue checkerboard rare. Finest debuts for Ladd McConkey. Bryce Young on the checkerboard Field Generals, followed by Cooper DeJean. And then Randy Moss to finish off our pack. There's Jacob Cowing on the rare. And behind him, we're going to have some numbered action. It is going to Jermaine Burton on the sky blue. And for Jermaine, he is 41 of 325. Followed by Randy Moss on the Dynamos. And then very cool, Brock Bowers on the finest debuts, numbered action. And for Brock, he is 48 of 150. So getting the Bauer spot started with some numbered action. Marshall Faulk on the checkerboard. And final pack here of Hobby Box number 1. Ooh, and we have found some ink. And it is going back. It is Everson Walls on the autograph. So there you go, Walls spot. And behind him, we're going to have one of the rookie quarterbacks. It is Bo Nix on the purple rare. And for Bo, he is 51 of 125. Donovan McNabb on the field generals, followed by Quinion Mitchell on the refractor, and Marshawn Lloyd on the checkerboard. All right, let's get into our Breakers Delight box. Hopefully our first one is delightful to start the day. And we're going to lead off with Anais Smith on the refractor. Malik Neighbors on the purple. And for Neighbors, he is 202 of 250. And behind him is going to be Jaden Hicks on the blue. And for Jaden, he is 54 of 150. And apologies, Mr. Hicks, we're going to have to use you for our redemption. Ooh, very nice. We're going to see a Prodigy's autograph. And that is going to the Jaden Daniels spot. So there you go, Daniels on the board with a Prodigy's autograph. Very nice. And our next autograph is going to an old school player. It is Rodney Hampton on the ink. Base auto here for Rodney. Behind him is going to be Ray Davis on the gold geometric. And for Ray, he is 39 of 50. And there's Jaden Daniels again, this time on the blue finest debuts. And for Jaden, he is 36 of 99. And then team's finest for Tom Brady. So a little action from the GOAT. And for Tom, he is 10 of 150. And then another gold geometric. This one is going to Dwayne Bowe. And for Bowe, he is 22 of 25. And final card is another good one. It is Bo Nix on the black geometric. So very nice. And for Bo, he is 14 of 20. So our first box of Breakers Delight was very delightful. Man, let's jump back into hobby. And we're going to lead off with Trey Benson. And there is some ink. It is going to Ray Davis on the base auto. Followed by Terrell Owens on the Dynamos. And Caleb Williams on the field generals checkerboard. Larry Johnson on our next checkerboard. There's Joe Theismann on the rare, followed by Edgerrin Cooper on the gold. And for Cooper, he is 33 of 50. Sam Hartman on the field generals, followed by finest debuts for Trey Benson. And Keon Coleman on the checkerboard. Pack number 2 is going to lead off with Kurt Warner. And our numbered action is going to Will Shipley on the blue refractor. And for Will, he is 39 of 150. Followed by Keon Coleman on the finest debuts. Johnny Wilson on the refractor. And there's Coleman again, this time on the checkerboard. Cade Stover on the purple. And for Cade, he is 173 of 250. Followed by Keon Coleman on the finest dynamos. Audric Estime on the checkerboard, finest debuts. And then Brendan Rice on our next checkerboard. There's Kalen Bullock on the rare. Followed by Kurt Warner on the field generals. And then Frank Gore Jr. on the Dynamos purple. And for Frank Gore, he is 46 of 125. Brendan Rice on the checkerboard. And going to end our pack with another Frank Gore Jr. card. And last pack here of Hobby Box number 2. Ooh, and we have some ink And this one is going to Delonte Walker on the Finest Greats checkerboard autograph. And for Delonte, he is 86 of 99 on the blue checkerboard auto. And behind him, we're going to have a blue rare going to Bryce Young. And for Bryce, he is 85 of 99. Xavier Legette on the Finest Debuts. Cade Stover on the refractor. And then Ladd McConkey on the checkerboard. And Marvin Harrison Jr. to end our second box. All right, Delight, what do you got for us this round? Our first auto in box 1 was a Jaden Daniels auto. So let's see what box number 2 has in store for us. And we're going to lead off with Lawrence Taylor on the refractor. Followed by Bruce Smith. So a couple of all-timers right there. And for Bruce Smith, he is 245 of 250 on the purple. And then we'll have Nate Wiggins on the blue checkerboard. And for Nate, he is 26 of 75. And our first autograph is going to Blake Corum on the base ink. So putting the Corum spot on the board. And behind him is going to be Jatavian Sanders on the blue geometric autograph. And for Jatavian, he is 89 of 99. And our next auto is going to Brock Bowers on the Finest Prodigies Inc. So there you go, Bowers spot. We saw a numbered card already, and now an autograph. Not numbered on the Bowers auto. Xavier Legette on the Purple Dynamos. And for Xavier, he is 87 of 125. Followed by some more action for Blake Corum. It is Black Dynamos to 25. And for Blake, he is 5 of 25. Followed by Jim Kelly. And for Jim Kelly, he is 6 of 20 on the Black Geometric. And going to end our pack with Keenan McCardell on the blue Geometric. And for Keenan, he is 99 of 99. And back to hobby we go. And box number 3 is going to lead off with Arian Foster. And our numbered action is going to Dante Culpepper on the blue rare. And for Culpepper, he is 58 of 99. Followed by Jaden Daniels on the Field Generals. Troy Franklin on the Finest Debuts. Checkerboard. Followed by Anaya Smith on our next checkerboard. There's Nate Wiggins on the rare. Followed by Trey Benson on the Finest Debuts. And then numbered action is going to Sam Hartman on the Gold Field Generals. And for Sam, he is 35 of 50. Malachi Corley on the checkerboard. And going to finish with Joe Alt to finish off our pack. And there's some ink. It is going to Mario Manningham on the Finest Greats autograph. There you go, Manningham spot, not numbered on the auto. And then Jacob Cowing on the purple checkerboard. And for Jacob, he is 42 of 99. Followed by Finest Dynamos for Marvin Harris Jr. Mark Ripien on the refractor rare. And then Lot 2 on the checkerboard. And Sam Hartman that finish off our pack. And we're going to lead off with Brock Bowers this round. Ooh, and we got another redemption. So sorry, Mr. Mitchell. We're going to have to use you for our redemption. It's going to be a rookie finest autograph. Base auto here. And why not? Jaden Daniels strikes again. So that is auto number 2 going to Mr. Jaden Daniels. This one on the finest autographs. And numbered action behind him is going to Tim Tebow on the blue geometric. Or blue checkerboard, I should say. And for Tebow, he is 53 of 75. Followed by Brett Favre on the Field Generals. Malik Neighbors on the Dynamos checkerboard. And then Blake Corum on the regular checkerboard. There's Peyton Wilson on the rare. Followed by Bucky Irving on the finest debuts. Xavier Leggett on the Dynamos refractor. And our checkerboard is going to Peyton Manning on the rare checkerboard. And then Xavier Leggett to finish off our pack. And our numbered action is going to Lynn Dickey on the Sky Blue to 325. And for Lynn, he is 141 of 325. Followed by Malik Neighbors on the finest. And then there's Bob Greasy on the refractor. Mason Smith on the checkerboard. And Roman Wilson to finish off our pack. All right, Breaker's Delight, what do you got for us this round? We're going to lead off with Dallas Clark on the refractor. Jacob Cowing on the purple rare. And for Jacob, he is 46 of 125. Followed by Mason Smith on the sky blue. And for Mason, he is 278 of 325. And our first autograph, very nice. It is another rookie auto. This time it is Malik Neighbors on the base ink. So there you go, Neighbors spot. And autograph behind him. Ooh, it's going to be numbered to 25. And it is an all-timer with Bruce Matthews on the finest greats autograph. And for Bruce, he is 9 of 25 on the ink. Followed by another all-timer. It is Howie Long on the auto. Very nice black geometric auto here for Howie Long. And he is 6 of 25 on the ink. Up next, we're going to have Matt Hasselbeck on the Field Generals. And for Hasselbeck, he is 146 of 150. And then Gold Dynamos going to Trey Benson. And for Trey, he is 18 of 50. Ooh. And then we have some super low numbered action for LT. Lawrence Taylor on the red geometric. And for Lawrence, he is 4 of 5. So there you go, LT spot. And we're going to end our pack with Jalen Polk out of 25. And for Jalen, he is 22 of 25. So far, Breaker's Delight has been fantastic. Oh, very nice, Jason. Very cool. Happy to hit some Howie Long ink for you. All right, Stacy, let's see if we can find the legend, Jerry Rice. Hopefully we can catch something good for you. We're going to lead off with Bo Nix in this hobby box. And our first bit of numbered action. Oh, that is Michael Vick on the purple checkerboard. And for Michael Vick, he is 22 of 150. Behind him is going to be debuts for Malik Neighbors. Joe Montana on the checkerboard Field Generals. Followed by Terrion Arnold on the rare checkerboard. All right, Paul, yeah, let's see if we can find John Randall as well. There's Bryce Young on the rare. And behind him, our numbered action is going to Calvin Hill on the sky blue. And for Calvin, he is 157 of 200. Behind him is going to be Ladd McConkey on the Dynamos. CJ Stroud on the Field Generals. And then Randy Moss on the checkerboard. All right, Tom, yeah, that would be very cool if we could find father and son autos. Show us some Chris Long action. And there he is there. We want to see you with some ink. And speaking of ink, our autograph is going to Nolan Cromwell on the blue checkerboard autograph. So we are going back again on this ink. And for Nolan, he is 42 of 99 on the autograph. And behind him is going to be Andre Reed on the green refractor to 75. And for Andre, he is 40 of 75. Cooper DeJean on the debuts, followed by Steve Young on the refractor. And Archie Manning on the checkerboard. All right, Mike, let's find some Will Levis action for you. And we do have an autograph. And this one is going to Spencer Rattler on the auto. Base auto here for Spencer. Followed by Trey Benson on the sky blue. And for Trey, he is 78 of 325. And then Gronk. Rob Gronkowski on the finest. And then very cool debut checkerboard going to Drake May. So our first bit of action for the Drake May spot. Audric Estime on the checkerboard. And Michael Pratt to finish off our pack. And there's Drake May again, this time on the rare. Followed by Marshawn Lloyd on the sky blue. And for Lloyd, he is 91 of 200. Xavier Legette on the Dynamos. Followed by Refractor Dynamos going to Malik Neighbors. And then Drake May, all of a sudden, he's everywhere on the checkerboard rare. Come on, Drake, let's see some low-numbered action from you. And last pack here of Hobby Box number 4. And we're going to get some numbered action for J.J. Watt. And for J.J., he is 195 of 250 on the sky blue. Followed by Troy Aikman on the Field Generals. Marshawn Lloyd on the refractor. And then Jatavian Sanders on the checkerboard. And back to Breaker's Delight we go. All right, you have some low-numbered ink for us this round. We're going to lead off with Nate Wiggins on the refractor. Followed by Michael Pratt on the gold refractor. And for Michael, he is 12 of 50. And then Blake Corum on the sky blue. And for Blake, he is 178 of 325. And now our first autograph is going to Jalen McMillan on the base ink. So putting the McMillan spot on the board. And auto behind him. Very cool. It is Jim McMahon on the black geometric autograph. And for Jim, he is 8 of 25 on the ink. Our next auto is another Super Bowl winning quarterback. It is Brad Johnson on the blue autograph. And for Brad, he is 74 of 99. Followed by a little AP action with Adrian Peterson on the blue Dynamos. And for Adrian, he is 59 of 99. And another Super Bowl quarterback, it is Steve Young on the Field Generals. And for Young, he is 76 of 125. Up next, we're going to have Jatavian Sanders on the blue checkerboard. And for Sanders, he is 26 of 99. And our final card is some more low-numbered action. It is a red going to Ainias Smith. And for Mr. Smith, he is 8 of 10. So very nice. We have seen a lot of low-numbered action popping up out of our Delight boxes so far. All right, Hobby, what do you got for us this round? We're going to lead off with Chad Johnson. And here's our first autograph. And that is going to Blake Corum on the ink. So Blake is our first spot to double up on the autographs. Base auto here for Blake. Followed by Adonai Mitchell on the purple checkerboard. And for Mitchell, he is 117 of 150. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the debuts. And then Spencer Rattler on the debuts checkerboard. Arian Foster on the regular checkerboard. And I'm going to put this pack in the fridge with William Perry. There's Audric Estime on the rare. Followed by Mike Singletary on the sky blue. And for Mike, he is 149 of 200. Bucky Irving on the Dynamos. And Refractor Field Generals is going to Brett Favre. Followed by Jacob Cohen on the checkerboard rare. And Andre Reed to finish off our pack. Ooh, nice. We got a little Emmitt Smith action on the purple refractor. And for Emmitt, he is 25 of 250. Followed by Steve Young on the Field Generals. And then Phil Simms on the refractor rare. Followed by Troy Aikman on the checkerboard. And Joe Alt to finish off our pack. And there's some numbered action for Michael Vick on the blue checkerboard. And for Vick, he is 50 of 99. Followed by Michael Pratt on the debuts. And then Bo Nix on the team finest checkerboard. Cooper DeJean on our next checkerboard. And Sam Hartman to finish off our pack. I mean, he's pricey, Jimmy. And we did find a quarterback for the Bears, but it was not Caleb. Jalen Wright on the rare. Followed by C.J. Stroud on the team finest. And our numbered action is going to be a green to 75. And that is going to Brock Bowers. So very nice first two boxes for Brock with 2 numbered cards and an autograph. And Brock is 75 of 75 on the debuts green. Followed by Hakeem Nicks on the checkerboard. Ooh, we got our autograph coming up. And this time we have found Barry Foster on the blue checkerboard autograph. And for Foster, he is 65 of 99 on the auto. And behind him, some low numbered action for Brad Johnson on the black rare. And for Brad, he is 7 of 15 on the black rare. And then AP on the Dynamos. And there's Caleb Williams on the refractor. We would love to see an autograph from you, sir. And then Spencer Rattler on the checkerboard. And let's jump back into a Breaker's Delight. All right, John, let's see if we can find some Eli Manning action for you. We're going to lead off with Jim Kelly on the rare refractor. And behind him is going to be Joe Theismann on the gold rare. And for Joe, he is 13 of 20. And then we're going to have Dwayne Bowe on the sky blue. And for Dwayne, he is 36 of 250. And our first autograph in this pack is going to Xavier Leggett on the refractor ink. Not numbered on the Xavier auto. And up next, ooh, an all-timer. It is Jonathan Ogden on the black geometric autograph. And for Ogden, he is 19 of 25 on the ink. And our final auto in this pack. Ooh, it's another good one for the Bears. Mike Singletary on the red geometric autograph. So very cool. We are finding some of the 80s Bears players. And for Mike, he is 3 of 5 on the red geometric. Followed by a purple team finest for Rob Gronkowski. And for Gronk, he is 91 of 125. And then we have blue dynamos going to Frank Gore Jr. And for Frank, he is 104 of 150. Followed by Jim Kelly on the gold geometric rare. And for Kelly, he is 20 of 20. And final card in this pack is going to Audric Estime. And he is 52 of 99. hobby box is going to lead off with Billy Sims. And our numbered action is going to be a purple checkerboard rare for Tom Brady. So putting the Brady spot on the board with some numbered action. And for Brady, he is 12 of 75 on the purple checkerboard rare. And behind him, very nice. That is so cool. So we saw some numbered action from Tom Brady, and now we have a main attraction short print going to Drake May. So there you go, Drake May spot. Still nothing numbered yet, but you got yourself a main attraction short print. And these are 1 in every 162 packs. Dynamo's going to Emmitt Smith. Followed by Peyton Manning on the Team Finest checkerboard. Quinion Mitchell on our next checkerboard. Oh, you know it, Jimmy. I am ready for baseball season. There's Jaden Daniels on the rare. And behind him, it is Ricky Williams on the sky blue. And for Ricky, he is 97 of 250 on the sky blue. John Elway on the field generals. Followed by Caleb Williams on the debuts. And then Terrell Owens on the checkerboard. Trey Benson to finish off our pack. We're going to lead off with Dante Hall in this one. Ooh, we have our autograph. It's going to be an all-timer. Very nice. It is Boomer Esiason on the gold autograph. There you go, Boomer spot. And for Boomer, he is 36 of 50 on the gold refractor ink. And numbered action behind him is going to be another gold. This one is going to Malachi Corley on the gold rare. And for Malachi, he is 16 of 20. Followed by Peyton Manning on the finest. Stephen Davis on the refractor. And Caleb Williams on the checkerboard. And we do have an autograph coming up. And this one is going to Adonai Mitchell on the base ink. So there's an autograph for the Adonai Mitchell spot. Followed by Bo Jackson on the Dynamos. And then Bo again on the checkerboard Dynamos. We'll never get mad at seeing back-to-back Bo Jackson cards, though. And then Peyton Wilson on the checkerboard rare. And Roman Wilson right behind him. There's Terry Bradshaw on the rare. Followed by Andre Reed on the sky blue. And for Andre, he is 182 of 200 on the sky blue. Joe Montana on the field generals. And then Gronk on Team Finest. And there's a little more Jaden Daniels action, this time on the checkerboard. And our numbered action is going to Lenny Moore. And for Lenny, he is 145 of 250 on the purple refractor. Followed by Drake May on the debuts. There's Adonai Mitchell again, this time on the refractor. And then Terrion Arnold on the checkerboard. All right, Delight, do you have one more low-numbered auto for us? We want to see an autograph 10 or lower. We want to go super low. We're going to lead off with Jalen McMillan on the refractor. Followed by Keon Coleman on the purple. And for Keon, he is 55 of 200. Behind him is going to be Michael Pratt on the sky blue. And for Michael, he is 15 of 200. And our first autograph is going to the Trey Benson spot on the base ink. And auto behind him. That is a nice one on the oil spill ink for Cooper DeJean to 10. So very nice. The boxes did give us some low numbered ink. And for Cooper, he is 4 of 10 on the oil spill autograph. And behind him, my goodness, back-to-back autos to 10. This time we have Dorsey Levens on the ink. And for Dorsey, he is also 4 of 10 on the auto. So very cool. 2 autographs to 10 in a single pack. Followed by Jonathan Brooks on the blue debuts. And for Jonathan, he is 12 of 150. And gold behind him is going to Marvin Harrison Jr. on the Team Finest Gold. And for Marvin, he is 16 of 50. Followed by Jacob Cowing on the gold geometric. And for Jacob, he is 32 of 50. And final card in this pack is going to Mason Smith. And for Mason, he is 15 of 20. So very cool. We did get a lot of low-numbered goodies in that box. And back to hobby we go. And we're going to lead off with Terrell Owens. And our numbered action is going to be a purple checkerboard rare. And why not? Cooper DeJean strikes again. And this time Cooper is 55 of 75 on the purple rare checkerboard. Followed by Adonai Mitchell on the Dynamos. Caleb Williams on the checkerboard Field Generals. And then Calvin Hill on our next checkerboard. There's Ladd McConkey on the rare. Followed by Warren Moon on the Field Generals. And our numbered action, very nice. It is Jaden Daniels on the gold debuts. And for Jaden, he is 19 of 50. So very nice. We did see 2 autos for Jaden very early on in this one. And then Dallas Clark on the checkerboard. And here comes our ink. And there you go, Stacy. I'd say that is a darn fine Jerry Rice on the Legends auto for Mr. Jerry Rice. And for Jerry, he is 6 of 25 on the autograph. So there you go, man. If you're only going to hit one card, that is a darn fine one to hit. And behind Jerry is going to be Chuck Foreman on the blue checkerboard. And for Chuck, he is 3 of 99 on the sky blue checkerboard. Followed by Xavier Worthy on the debuts. Fred Taylor on the refractor. And then Ladd McConkey on the checkerboard. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy you were able to hit such a nice one for you. And there's an autograph. It is going to Adonai Mitchell on the base ink. So the Mitchell spot has found another auto. Followed by Frank Gore Jr. on the purple to 250. And for Frank, he is 54 of 250. Brendan Rice on the Dynamos. And then Audric Estime on the debuts checkerboard. And then Ricky Williams on our next checkerboard. There's Ennis Rackshaw Jr. on the rare. Followed by Jim Kelly on the Field Generals. Roman Wilson on the debuts refractor. And then Jonah Ellis on the rare checkerboard. And final pack here of box number 7. And we have some numbered action. It is going to Dwayne Bowe on the sky blue. And for Dwayne, he is 55 of 325. And ooh, we have found one of our mysteries. So we're just going to peel just to see the name and then put the film right back on. Oh no, it's actually down here for this one. And note to self, do not cut your nails before you rip Topps Finest. All right, this one is going to Xavier Leggett on the mystery. So we have peeled back the mystery, and it is Xavier Leggett. So could you write that down there, Caesar? Yeah. Thank you, sir. And then we're going to have debuts going to Brock Bowers, followed by Josh Cribbs on the refractor, Nate Wiggins on the checkerboard, and then LT to finish off our pack. And back to Breaker's Delight we go. And we're going to lead off with Malachi Corley on the refractor, followed by Terrell Owens on the purple checkerboard. And for T.O., he is 12 of 150. Behind him is going to be Randall Cunningham on the sky blue rare. And for Randall, he is 149 of 150. And our first autograph is going to Jerzon Newton on the blue checkerboard auto. And for Newton, he is 8 of 99 on the ink. And then behind him, we are going to have another low-numbered autograph. It's going to be to 25. And good gracious, it is Roger Staubach on the auto. Very cool. And for Roger Staubach, he is 6 of 25 on the autograph. And behind him, we're going to have another Finest Greats auto. Also to 25, and this one is Danny Amendola. And for Danny, he is 4 of 25 on the Finest Greats autograph. So very nice back-to-back Finest Greats ink. And then we're going to have a little action for Ocho Cinco with Chad Johnson on the green Dynamos. And for Chad, he is 36 of 75. And very cool, another short print. It is Jonathan Brooks on the main attraction. So very cool. We saw one out of Hobby earlier, and now one out of Breaker's Delight. Up next, we're going to have Michael Hall Jr. on the sky blue. And for Michael, he is 43 of 99. And then Calvin Hill to end our pack. And for Calvin, he is 1 of 25. And that brings us to box number 8 from our first hobby case. All right, hobby case number 1. Can we go out with a bang? Show us 2 numbered autos this round. Ooh, and I think the boxes listened. Here's our first one. And why not? That is Brock Bowers on a Finest Prodigies autograph. So the Bowers spot has found ink twice. And for Brock, he is 50 of 99 on the blue Prodigies autograph. Very nice. And behind him is going to be John Elway on the purple checkerboard. And for John, he is 18 of 150. Malik Neighbors on the Dynamos. And then Jonathan Brooks on the checkerboard Dynamos. Followed by Terrion Arnold on the next checkerboard. There's Keon Coleman on the rare. Followed by Michael Vick on the Field Generals. And CJ Stroud on the Field Generals refractor. Anaya Smith on the checkerboard. And then going to finish with Steve Young to finish off our pack. And our rare this round is going to Junior Colson. Followed by Tom Brady on the Field Generals. And numbered action is going to be a blue debuts for Audric Estime. And for Audric, he is 93 of 99 on the blue debuts. Lawrence Taylor on the checkerboard. And Will Shipley to finish off our pack. And our autograph is going to be a base auto this round. And it is going to the Josh Cribbs spot on the base ink. So putting the Cribbs spot on the board. Followed by Tim Tebow on the sky blue. And for Tim, he is 52 of 150. So second bit of numbered action for Mr. Tebow. Debuts for Troy Franklin. Followed by Emmitt Smith on the refractor. And then Dan Marino on the checkerboard. Malik Neighbors to finish off our pack. There's Tavondre Sweat on the sky blue to 200. And for Sweat, he is 103 of 200. Brock Bowers on the team finest. Followed by Drake May on the rare refractor. Blake Corum on the rare checkerboard. And then Latu to finish off our pack. And final pack here of Hobby Box number 1. And our numbered action is going to be a gold refractor going to Jacob Cowing. And for Jacob, he is 36 of 50 on the gold refractor. And then Dylan Johnson on the Dynamos. And there's Caleb Williams on the checkerboard team finest. Followed by J.J. Watt on our next checkerboard. And then Jaden Hicks to finish off our box. And here it is, everybody, our final pack of Breaker's Delight. But our case has been pretty darn good today with Breaker's Delight, so let's see what goodies we have in our final pack. And we're going to lead off with Ricky Williams on the refractor. Followed by Johnny Wilson on the purple. And for Johnny, he is 62 of 99 on the purple checkerboard. And up next, we're going to have a blue refractor going to Jacob Cowing. And for Jacob, he is 175 of 200. And our first autograph is going to Adonai Mitchell. And this one is a refractor auto for Adonai. And I believe that is his third auto in the break. So Mitchell's spot is hot. And we do have another redemption coming up. Ooh. It's going to be a finest autograph gold. Geometric parallel. So it's going to be to 50. And we have found Xavier Worthy on the rookie finest gold geometric autograph. So there you go, Worthy spot. And behind him, our final autograph from Breaker's Delight is going to Leroy Kelly on the red auto to 5. So the Kelly spot has found some ink and it is super low numbered. And for Leroy, he is 2 of 5 on the autograph. Up next, we're going to have Michael Pratt on the Greenfield Generals. And for Michael, he is 40 of 75. Ooh, and we got another mystery. First time we found Xavier Legette on the mystery. Who are we going to find this round? Oh, and this one actually wasn't upside down. Ooh, very cool. So we have found Caleb Williams this time on the mystery. So our mystery has been solved and it is going to Caleb Williams. So there's a little Caleb Williams action there. And then we're going to have Ricky Williams on the gold. And for Ricky, he is 13 of 50. And our final card from Breaker's Delight is going to Randy Moss on the sky blue. And for Randy, he is 32 of 99. And that brings us to our third case of the break. It is another hobby case. Are you taking credit for that one, Jimmy? Hopefully we do have something big for Caleb here in our final case. right, everybody, our last 8 boxes of football fun. Good luck. And our final case is going to lead off with Dallas Clark. And our first autograph is going to be a blue checkerboard. And that is going to Dallas Turner on the blue checkerboard autograph. And for Dallas Turner, he is 34 of 99. Followed by Billy Sims on the sky blue. And for Billy, he is 219 of 325. Audric Estime on the Dynamos. Followed by a little Will Levis action for you on the checkerboard Phil Generals. And there's Malik Neighbors on our next checkerboard. That's funny that you said that, Mike. Not 3 seconds afterwards, we did find him on the checkerboard. Sometimes the boxes do listen to us. There's Michael Pratt on the rare. Followed by Caleb Williams on the Field Generals. Michael Pratt on the refractor Field Generals. And checkerboard behind him is going to Will Shipley. And then Dat Win to finish off our pack. And our numbered action. Very cool. It is going to Dan Marino on the sky blue. So a little bit of action for Dan Marino. And he is 85 of 250 on the sky blue. Audric Estime on the debuts. Followed by Adrian Peterson on the refractor. And checkerboard behind him. There you go. A little more Jerry Rice action. This time on the checkerboard. And Barry Sanders to finish off our pack. And let's see if we can find some for Christian for you, Jason. We've done all right with Tebow, because I think he has 2 numbered cards. But love to find some Okoye action for you. And then very cool, what a break for Roger Staubach. Showing up this time on the oil spill to 15. And for Roger, he is 14 of 15. We did see some ink for him earlier to 25. And there's Barry Sanders on the Dynamos. Followed by Adonai Mitchell on the checkerboard debuts. Adrian Cooper on our next checkerboard. And then Drake May to finish off our pack. All right, Mike, let's see if we can make it happen. We did find him on a checkerboard. Now let's see if we can find him with some ink. And there's Caleb Williams on the rare. Followed by the GOAT, Tom Brady on the blue to 150. And for Tom, he is 116 of 150. Bryce Young on the Field Generals. Spencer Rattler on the debuts. And checkerboard rare is going to Bob Greasy. And Byron Murphy to finish off our pack. Ooh, we got our autograph. Who have we found? It is Dante Culpepper on the ink. So there you go, Culpepper spot. We did see some numbered action earlier. Now adding an autograph to your stack. And behind him is going to be a purple checkerboard going to Larry Johnson. And for Larry, he is 95 of 150. Bo Nix on the finest. Brennan Rice on the refractor. Nate Wiggins on the checkerboard. And no, Robert, unfortunately, we have not found Barry Sanders on anything numbered. We've seen him on a couple cards, but nothing numbered so far for Barry. Just like he was on the field, he is very elusive. Ooh. Why not? What a break for Brock. That is Brock Bowers on the Prodigy's autograph. That is the third overall autograph for Brock in this break. So very nice. Congrats to the Bowers spot. Behind him is going to be Calvin Hill on the purple. And for Calvin, he is 84 of 250. Malik Neighbors on the finest. Xavier Legette on the debuts checkerboard. Followed by Luke Keishley on our next checkerboard. And Edgerrin James to end off our pack. He certainly did. And we still have 6 more boxes, so we might find even more Brock action. And there's a blast from the past. It is Jeff Garcia on the rare. Followed by Adonai Mitchell on the Dynamos. Michael Pratt on the refractor Field Generals. And then Brett Favre on the checkerboard. And he's actually in the Packers gear for this one. And we are on our 3rd case overall, 2nd case of hobby. So this is the final case of the break. There's Malik Washington on the rare. Followed by Bo Nix on the Field Generals blue to 99. So we have found some numbered Nix action. And for Bo, he is 43 of 99. And then behind him, it's not an autograph, but we did find Will Levis on the black Field Generals to 25. So there you go on the low-numbered Levis action, Mike. And for Will, he is 6 of 25. Behind him is going to be a checkerboard going to Michael Vick. And Terry Bradshaw to finish off our pack. Autograph coming up. And that is going to Tony Tolbert on the ink. And for Tony, that is a base autograph. Behind him is going to be Mike Singletary on the sky blue. And for Mike, he is 185 of 250. Bucky Irving on the debuts. And then Joe Montana on the refractor. There's Chad Johnson on the checkerboard. And Eli Manning to finish off our pack. Come on, Eli. Can you come up clutch with some kind of low-numbered action and before we end the break today? There's Quinion Mitchell on the sky blue. And for Mitchell, he is 140 of 325. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the Dynamos. Dylan Johnson on the refractor. And then Adrian Peterson on the checkerboard. Chop Robinson to finish off our pack. And we have a checkerboard rare purple coming up. And that is going to Phil Simms. And for Phil, he is 37 of 99 on the purple checkerboard. Followed by Brett Favre on the Field Generals. And then Kurt Warner on the checkerboard Field Generals. Keon Coleman on the rare checkerboard. And Steve Young to finish off our box. Alright, come on, Topps Finest. Show us 2 numbered autos out of this box. And the lower, the better. We're going to lead off with Dwayne Bowe. And our first bit of numbered action is going to be a purple checkerboard. And that is going to Devin Hester. And for Devin, he is 42 of 75 on the purple checkerboard. Followed by Keon Coleman on the debuts. Peyton Manning on the checkerboard Field Generals. And Peyton again on our next checkerboard as well. But very cool. One is with the Broncos and this one with the Colts. Chop Robinson to finish off our pack. There you go, Mike. There's Kurt Warner on the rare. And let's flip our cards back around. Our numbered action. Very cool. That is Ladd McConkey on the sky blue. It's a little McConkey numbered action. And for Ladd, he is 148 of 325. Keon Coleman on the Dynamos. There's Kurt Warner on the Field Generals. And then Todd Heap on the checkerboard. Steve Young to finish off our pack. And our autograph is going to Roger Craig on the blue checkerboard auto. And for Roger, he is 82 of 99 on the autograph. And then numbered action behind him is going to Blake Corum on the sky blue. And for Blake, he is 214 of 250. There's Xavier Leggett on the debuts. And then Chop Robinson on the rare refractor. Brennan Rice on the checkerboard. And then Terry Bradshaw to finish off our pack. Autograph coming up. And this one is going to Jacob Cowling on the refractor auto. Not numbered on the Jacob ink. And then Jalen Polk on the sky blue. And for Jalen, he is 204 of 325. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the finest, followed by Malik Neighbors on the debuts checkerboard. And then T.O. on our next checkerboard. Eli Manning to finish off our pack. There's Peyton Manning on the rare, followed by Roger Craig. So Roger got hot in this box. Gold refractor here for Roger. And he is 40 of 50 on the gold refractor. Followed by debuts for Jaden Daniels. And Michael Pratt on the refractor debuts. And then Archie Manning on the rare checkerboard. Edgerrin James to finish off our pack. And our numbered action is going to Cole Bishop on the blue to 150. And for Mr. Bishop, he is 22 of 150. And we do have another mystery. So this is our third mystery of the break. Who have we found this round? We saw Xavier Leggett on our first one and Caleb Williams on our second one. And this time, we have found Anthony Gold. So Anthony Gold is our third mystery player. Trey Benson on the Dynamos, followed by Billy Sims on the refractor. John Elway on the checkerboard. And Emmitt Smith to finish off our pack. And that brings us to box number 4 out of case number 3. So leaving us with 5 boxes to go in this break. Come on, last 5 boxes. Let's put some spot on the board in a big way. And we're going to lead off with Fred Taylor. Gold rare coming up. And that is going to Devontae Walker on the gold rare. So there you go, Walker spot. And he is 12 of 20 on the gold rare. And nice, we have found our third main attraction of the break. This one is going to Sam Hartman on the main attraction short print. And once again, these are 1 in every 162 packs. Followed by Bo Nix on the finest. Michael Pratt on the Field Generals checkerboard. And then Steve Young on the rare checkerboard. Jonathan Brooks to finish off our pack. There's Drew Bledsoe on the rare. Followed by Dan Marino on the sky blue. And for Dan, he is 66 of 325. Earl Campbell on the Dynamos. And Will Levis on the Field Generals. And there's Randy Moss on the checkerboard. Bucky Irving to finish off our pack. And autograph coming up. And very cool. That is Brian Dawkins on the autograph to 25. So there you go, Dawkins spot. And for Brian, he is 10 of 25 on the ink. Followed by Audric Estime on the purple to 250. And he is 119 of 250 on the purple refractor. Adonai Mitchell on the debuts. And there's Fred Taylor on the refractor. Followed by Howie Long on the checkerboard. So very cool. We did see a nice autograph earlier for Howie. Jalen Polk to finish off our pack. And autograph coming up. And this one is going to Cade Stover on the refractor ink. Not numbered on the Cade autograph. Then Walter Payton on the Dynamos. Ladd McConkey on the checkerboard debuts. Followed by Audric Estime on our next checkerboard. Jalen McMillan to finish off our pack. There's Jim Everett on the rare. Followed by Calvin Hill on the sky blue. And for Calvin, he is 9 of 200. Bo Nix on the field generals. Followed by Keon Coleman on the refractor debuts. Jatavian Sanders on the checkerboard. And Nate Wiggins to finish off our pack. And we have a purple coming up. And there we go. It's not an autograph. But we have found Chris Long on the purple. So very cool. We saw an auto for Howie. And now some numbered action for his son. And for Chris, he is 132 of 200 on the purple. Blake Corum on the debuts. And then there's Caleb Williams on the refractor. Followed by Adrian Peterson on the checkerboard. And Jerry Rice to finish off our pack and our box. And we're going to lead off with Marshall Faulk. And our autograph is going to the Braylon Trice spot on the base ink. So putting the Trice spot on the board. And then we have Chris Jenkins on the sky blue. And for Chris, he is 101 of 200. Emmett Smith on the Dynamos. Followed by Blake Corum on the debuts checkerboard. Followed by Terry Bradshaw on the rare checkerboard. And then there's Howie Long to finish off our pack. Tim Tebow on the rare. Followed by John Elway on the field generals. And there's Randy Moss on the refractor Dynamos. Andre Reed on the checkerboard. And Cooper DeJean to finish off our pack. And our numbered action is going to Emmett Smith on the purple refractor. And for Emmett, he is 007 of 200 on the purple refractor. Up next is Caleb Williams on the debuts. Luke Keishley on the refractor. Followed by Bucky Irving on the checkerboard. Marshawn Lloyd to finish off our pack. And numbered action coming up. And that is going to Ricky Pearsall on the sky blue rare. And for Ricky, he is 121 of 150. Behind him is going to be Team Finest for Peyton Manning. There's Emmett Smith on the checkerboard Dynamos. Followed by Johnny Wilson on our next checkerboard. And Ladd McConkey to finish off our pack. There's Boomer Esiason on the rare. Followed by Craig Morton on the purple checkerboard. And for Craig, he is 129 of 150. And it looks so weird seeing someone besides Elway wearing number 7. Bo Jackson on the Dynamos. There's Joe Montana on the Field Generals. Cade Stover on the checkerboard. And Brendan Rice to finish off our pack. And we have found our autograph. It's going to be a refractor. And nice, we have another blast from the past. It is Mark Chamara on the refractor ink. And behind him, sweetness. It is Walter Payton on the sky blue. And for Walter, he is 303 of 325. Followed by Drake May on the debuts. Ladd McConkey on the refractor. And Jonathan Brooks on the checkerboard. And Keon Coleman to finish off our box. All right, last 3 boxes. Come on, let's see one more autograph. 25 or below. And our numbered action is going to Jonathan Brooks on the purple refractor. And for Jonathan, he is 82 of 250. Behind him is going to be Brendan Rice on the Dynamos. Audric Estime on the debuts checkerboard. And then Jim Everett on our next checkerboard. There's Spencer Radler on the rare. And why not take a bow, Mr. Bowers? It is Brock Bowers on the blue rare. Certainly our player of the break so far. And for Brock, he is 60 of 99 on the blue rare. Followed by Jim Kelly on the Field Generals. And there's Brock again, this time on the debuts. CJ Stroud on the checkerboard rare. And Mike Singletary to finish off our pack. And our autograph. All right, the box is listened. That is Irving Fryer on the autograph to 25. Very nice. And for Irving, he is 2 of 25 on the ink. So putting a spot on the board with some low-numbered ink. Followed by Roman Wilson on the green. And for Roman, he is 12 of 75. Marshawn Lloyd on the Dynamos. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the rare refractor. Followed by Earl Campbell on the checkerboard. And John Elway to finish off our pack. And that's more appropriate for a Broncos number 7. Going to lead off with Ainias Smith in this one. And our autograph looks like a base auto this time. And it is going to the Spencer Radler spot on the base ink. Followed by Chop Robinson on the blue rare. And for Chop, he is 12 of 99. Drew Brees on the Field Generals. Followed by Barry Sanders on the checkerboard Dynamos. So, not numbered, but a little action for Barry. Jerzon Newton on our next checkerboard. And Ricky Williams to finish off our pack. And it's kind of funny, Mike. We had one player break where we found three of his autographs to 10. But besides that one break, we have not seen a whole lot from him. There's Luke McCaffrey on the rare. Followed by Walter Payton on the sky blue. And for Walter, he is 87 of 325. Jatavian Sanders on the debuts. And then Brock Bowers on the debuts refractor. We cannot stop Brock. Chad Johnson on the checkerboard. And then Bo Jackson to finish off our pack. And our numbered action this round is going to be a purple going to Michael Pratt. And for Michael, he is 109 of 200 on the purple refractor. And there's Brock again on the finest. Followed by Adrian Peterson on the refractor. And Andre Reed on the checkerboard. But now that it's in the universe, Mike, let's see if we can find some Stroud action in our final 2 boxes. Thank you, Tom. Much appreciated. Ooh, we do have some ink. And this one is going to Bucky Irving on the refractor auto. So putting the Irving spot on the board with some ink. And behind him is going to be Steve Grogan on the purple rare checkerboard. And for Steve, he is 51 of 75. Earl Campbell on the Dynamos. And then Walter Payton on the checkerboard Dynamos. So 2 all-time running backs there back to back. There's lot 2 on our next checkerboard. And Audric Estime to finish off our pack. Phil Simms on the rare. Followed by Warren Moon on the sky blue. And for Warren, he is 130 of 325 on the sky blue. Will Levis on the Field Generals. There's Ladd McConkey on the refractor debuts. And then Jalen McMillan on the checkerboard. Spencer Rattler to finish off our pack. And our numbered action is going to Dwayne Bowe on the purple. And for Dwayne, he is 32 of 250 on the purple. Adonai Mitchell on the debuts. Followed by Michael Vick on the refractor. And checkerboard behind Vick is going to Jim Everett. Mark Ripien to finish off our pack. Yeah, Mike, if you go to our 5-case player break that should be on our page, I believe close to 2 weeks ago, that is the one where we found 3 CJ Stroud autographs. There's JJ Watt on the sky blue. And for JJ, he is 108 of 250. Followed by Walter Payton on the Dynamos. Bo Nix on the Field Generals checkerboard. Followed by Earl Campbell on our next checkerboard. And Kurt Warner to finish off our pack. But if there are 1 in every 2,600 packs, like, they are tough to see. And we kind of like super beat the odds with our 5-caser where we found 3 of them. Dan Passerani on the rare. Behind him is going to be Bo Nix on the Field Generals. And our numbered action is going to Troy Franklin on the blue debuts. And for Troy, he is 96 of 99. Jalen Polk on the checkerboard. And then Warren Moon to finish off our pack. Oh, is that the link for the video? Thank you, Caesar. And then Caesar just posted the link for the video where we found all the Strouds. If anybody wants to check it out. Ooh, we do have some ink coming up. That's got to be a kicker, right? It sure is. It is Jason Elam on the autograph. So Jason Elam getting 1 auto in before the end of the break. Not numbered on the Jason Elam auto. And behind him is going to be blue checkerboard rare for Chop Robinson. And for Chop, he is 8 of 49. Followed by Blake Corum on the debuts. And then Doug Williams making an appearance on the rare refractor. So that is the first time we've seen Doug all day. Followed by Chad Johnson on the checkerboard. And Adrian Peterson to end off our pack. Oh, one more box, Corey, and then we will get into recap. But we did hit 3 of the main attraction short prints. Oh, and Mike, with us, we always do a recap at the end of every break. So you just watch the last 10 minutes or so of the break, and then you can see the shrouds. And our numbered action this round is going to Anais Smith on the sky blue. And for Smith, he is 228 of 250. Followed by Troy Aikman on the field generals. Chop Robinson on the debuts checkerboard. Our next checkerboard is going to Warren Moon and Xavier Worthy to finish off our pack. All right, Tom, let's summon some Briggs for you. Come on, packs. Let's show the good sir some Briggs. There's Drew Bledsoe on the rare. Chop Robinson on the debuts. And our numbered action is going to Walter Payton on the green Dynamos. And that is a very cool image there for Walter. And he is 39 of 75 on the green Dynamos. Mike Singletary on the checkerboard. And there's Brock Bowers to finish off our pack. Ooh, we got an autograph coming up. And very cool, that is Finest Greats Gold Refractor ink for Zach Thomas. So very nice, Thomas getting one in near the end of the break. And for Zach, he is 23 of 50 on the Gold Refractor Finest Greats autograph. Followed by Devontae Walker on the green rare. And for Walker, he is 24 of 25. Blake Corum on the Dynamos. And then Joe Alt on the refractor. Dwayne Bowe on the checkerboard. And Jaden Daniels to finish off our pack. Ooh, and we're going to see another redemption. All right, who have we found this time? And apologies, Mr. Sims. We're going to have to use you for the redemption. Ooh, it's going to be another Prodigies auto. Base Prodigies auto this round. And why not? It is going to Jaden Daniels on the Prodigies autograph. So very cool. We found 3 autographs for Jaden and 3 autographs for Brock Bowers. So there you go, Daniel's spot. One more autograph. And then Dan Marino on the blue. And for Dan, he is 32 of 150. Followed by Marino again, this time on the field generals. Blake Corum on the Dynamos checkerboard. Followed by Michael Pratt on the checkerboard. And Caleb Williams to finish off the pack. There's Jim Everett on the rare. Followed by Dallas Turner on the debuts. And then Jonathan Brooks on the Dynamos refractor. And checkerboard this round is going to Johnny Wilson. And Mitchell to finish off our pack. And here it is, everybody, our final pack of the break. And thanks again, everyone, for joining us today. And our final bit of numbered action is going to Dallas Turner on the purple rare. And for Dallas, he is 42 of 125. Behind him is going to be Roman Wilson on the Dynamos. Quinyon Mitchell on the refractor. And then Jacob Cowing on the checkerboard. And final card is going to Cade Stover. All right, everybody, let's see how this one shook out. Thank you, Caesar. And thanks, like always, Jason. Always appreciate you joining us. And we'll start with our ink. And we did get low numbered autos a few times today. First up, we have Leroy Kelly on the red to 5. Also, Mike Singletary. And moving our way to 10, we have Dorsey Levens and Cooper DeJean. And what's funny is these two were in the same pack of Delight as well. Next up, we have our autographs to 25, leading off with Irving Fryer, Jonathan Ogden, Bruce Matthews, Roger Staubach, Danny Amendola, Brian Dawkins, and then very cool here with Jerry Rice, Jim McMahon, and our final autograph to 25 is Howie Long. Next up, we have all our autographs to 50, leading off with a gold geometric for Xavier Worthy. Next up, we have Boomer Esiason, Ray Davis, and finally, Zach Thomas. All our autographs to 99, we found Brock Bowers on the Blue Prodigies. Next up is Delanie Walker, Barry Foster, Nolan Cromwell, Brad Johnson, Jatavian Sanders, Jerzon Newton, Dallas Turner, and Roger Craig. Next up, we have all our refractor autographs. Bucky Irving, Mark Chmura, Cade Stover, Jacob Cowing, Adonai Mitchell, and Xavier Legette. Up next, we have Jaden Daniels. And these are just the base autos, non-refractors. Braylon Trice, Josh Cribbs, Trey Benson, Cameron Kinchins, Ray Davis, Rodney Hampton, Jalen McMillan, Malik Neighbors, Spencer Radler, ×2, Blake Corum, ×2, and Adonai Mitchell, you guessed it, ×2. And then a refractor for Jason Elam on the ink. And then the rest of our base legendary autos, we have Everson Walls, Dante Culpepper, Tony Tolbert, Mario Manningham, Jaden Daniels on the Prodigies auto, ×2. And then Brock Bowers, ×2. So very, very good break for both Jaden Daniels and Brock Bowers. I think they're co-MVPs this time. And our lowest parallel was Brad Johnson on the Black Rare to 15. And these are all the rare parallels, by the way. Devontae Walker out of 20. As well as Malachi Corley, Jim Kelly, and Joe Theismann. Up next, we have our lone green to 25. It is Devontae Walker. Blue checkerboards to 49. We found Chop Robinson and Archie Manning. Purple checkerboards to 75. Cooper DeJean, Tom Brady, and Devin Hester. And our blues to 99. Brock Bowers, Chop Robinson, Dante Culpepper, and Bryce Young. Purples to 125, we found Dallas Turner, Bo Nix, and Jacob Cowing. And our final bit of numbered action from the rares is Ricky Purcell to 150 and Randall Cunningham. Thank you. Up next, we have our uncommons. And lowest we found on the uncommon was Lawrence Taylor to 5. Such a beaut. Up next, we have our parallels to 15, leading off with Roger Staubach. And moving our way to 20, we found Jim Kelly and Bo Nix. To 25, Dwayne Bowe. And to 75, we found Tim Tebow, Nate Wiggins, and Dwayne Bowe. Up next, we have our parallels to 150, leading off with Dan Marino, Cole Bishop, Tom Brady, Tim Tebow, Jaden Hicks, and Will Shipley. Up next, we have our parallels to 99, Phil Simms, Johnny Wilson, Jacob Cowing, And finally, Randy Moss. Up next are parallels to 200. Michael Pratt, Emmitt Smith, Chris Long, and Keon Coleman. And our final bit of parallels, J.J. Watt to 250. Anais Smith, J.J. Watt again. Blake Corum, Mike Singletary, Dan Marino, Ricky Williams, and finally Dwayne Bowe. So that was all of our parallels from the uncommons. Next up, we have all our parallels from the common side. And lowest we got was to 10 for Anais Smith. And to 20, we found Mason Smith. To 25, we found Calvin Hill and Jalen Polk. Next up, we have our parallels to 50, leading off with Edgerrin Cooper, Michael Pratt, Roger Craig, Jacob Cowing times 2. This one is the geometric. And then Ricky Williams to finish off our parallels to 50. And up next, our parallels to 75, Roman Wilson and Andre Reed. Parallels to 99, leading off with Keenan McCardell, Jatavian Sanders, Audric Estime, Michael Vick, Chuck Foreman, Michael Hall Jr., and Randy Moss. Our parallels to 150, we found Craig Morton, Larry Johnson, John Elway, Terrell Owens, Adonai Mitchell, and Michael Vick. Parallels to 200, we found Chris Jenkins, Mike Singletary, Marshawn Lloyd, Michael Pratt, Andre Reed, Jacob Cowing, Tavontre Sweat, Calvin Hill, times 2. Dwayne Bowe leads off our parallels to 250. Jonathan Brooks, Audric Estime, Calvin Hill, Frank Gore Jr., Lenny Moore, Emmitt Smith, Malik Neighbors, Cade Stover, and Bruce Smith. And our final bit of common parallels are going to be the Sky Blues to 325, leading off with Warren Moon, Dan Marino, Jalen Polk, Ladd McConkey, Jermaine Burton, Mason Smith, Lynn Dickey, Blake Corum, Dwayne Bowe, Billy Sims, Kenyon Mitchell, Walter Payton, times 2. Next up, we're going to get into all of our insert parallels and then the short prints. So on the insert side, lowest we got was to 25 for Will Levis on the Field Generals. And then Blake Corum on the Dynamos, also to 25. Next up is all our parallels to 50. Leading off with Jaden Daniels on the debuts. Trey Benson on the Dynamos. Hartman on the Field Generals. And finally, Marvin Harrison Jr. on Team Finest. Next up is our parallels to 75. Brock Bowers on the debuts. Michael Pratt on the Generals. Walter Payton on the Dynamos. And Chad Johnson. Our parallels to 99, we found Bo Nix on the Generals. Adrian Peterson on the Dynamos. Jaden Daniels on the debuts. Audric Estime. And Troy Franklin. And our parallels to 125, we found Gronk on the Team Finest, Steve Young on the Generals, and Frank Gore Jr. on the Dynamos. And out of 150, we found Tom Brady on the Team Finest, Matt Hasselbeck on the Generals, Frank Gore Jr. on the Dynamos, Jonathan Brooks on the debuts, and Brock Bowers. And then we did find 3 mysteries. First up was Anthony Gold, Xavier Leggett, and then Caleb Williams. And our final thing for recap was our short prints. And we found 3 main attractions. One to Sam Hartman, Jonathan Brooks, and Drake May. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this one. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Congrats to those that hit. Apologies to those that did not. But thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and we will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.